All right, welcome to the stream. I am the Headless Headhunter, and I'm here to help y'all get a job. I am currently a little under the weather tonight, so gonna be a pretty short stream, but until that happens, I'm just gonna answer as many questions as possible. Do a little warm-up question right now for this person on Reddit. But yeah, I'm probably only gonna go like 30 minutes or something tonight. I got like 2 hours of sleep, and well, thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. I am glad the audio and video are good. But yeah, if you need your resume done or anything, let me know, and I'll help you out while I'm on here. So, let's see. Internal recruiters are not typically on mission. So, company from internal would be for external recruiters. Yes, but okay. So this person is asking, is the pay structure that has been lower from internal recruiters than it would be for external recruiters? Oh, thank you, Goblin Scribe. Yeah, no, it happens. I've got like a slew of doctor's appointments next week, so I have always had the constitution of like a score of constitution of a 3. It is my dump stat at character creation. So like my girlfriend will get sick for 3 days, I get sick for 2 weeks. So recruiters, I'm in the final stage of interviewing for 4 companies with an offer from one. The lowest base salary is from the internal recruiter. The higher salary is from ADP, but they're in this weird third-party in-house role. The rest of our third party is much higher than the lower end. Also of interesting note is the internal recruiter is really pushy to fill this role. It's actually a good opportunity, but I didn't like my final. But both internal recruiters also had a habit of ghosting. Yeah, they do that. Yes and no. Internal recruiters are pushed to fill recs fast and quick, and don't have a ton of time to negotiate salary, along with them being largely not on commission, means that we will probably end on the lower end of the pay scale with them, while external recruiters get paid based on how much you get paid, uh, with an exception for contract work. So they are more incentivized to get you a higher salary. Uh, so how have you been, Goblin Scribe? And how are you, Brad? I think you had an interview recently. Again, Mind of a Goldfish. But I believe you had one recently, or it was this coming week, and I hope it went very well. So, recruiters, there we go. But yeah, I will again slow stream, probably only gonna be on for a little bit. So I had number 3 and 4. Okay, wow, that is a lot. After the recruiter and hiring manager interviews early this week seemed to go well. Any idea how long it might take to hear back? I wish I could give you a concrete answer, but I have had managers let me know 30 minutes after an interview. To the longest record I've ever had was, I think, a month and a half to 2.5 months. So, and they made the hire. I did not like how long that took, but I wasn't able to get any information of it. The role kind of changed, so it's gonna depend. People think it's gonna depend on how much they want you, and I don't think that's exactly true. I think it's more along the lines of how desperate they are to fill compared to how much they want you, and usually those can correlate, but they're not exactly the same. Went through a month-ish of work crunch, and now that I've rested up, I'm ready and motivated to get back on the job hunt. Good, good. Yeah, things are picking up. It's still crap, to be clear. The market is still pretty bad, but things are picking up more. It's just not there yet. So, and it's also, again, going to turn to the industry, but it even does seem like tech recruiting is starting to pick up, but it's still pretty bad. Do recruiters do reference checks? We can, if the managers really want us to. I'm not a huge fan of those because they're easy to fake, but uh, like you give us the wrong number or something. But yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes it's HR. Sometimes it's the manager. That's really a whoever has the time and inclination and what the company does. So, um, I typically dislike doing it unless that candidate is about to get hired, and maybe there's some doubt. But I'm not a huge fan of the preference checks like that. And yeah, Goblin, you will get it with patience then. Um, Realistically, my guess is things are going to pick up in September for about a month. Yeah, about a month. It's going to be like starting to go, and then it's going to drop off completely because that's going to be the November, December, January slowdown, which happens every single year, which is very common. So I really think we're going to have a more of a hiring boom in February, but I think how much of a boom is going to be in September is going to lead into that. Because if it's like, oh my gosh, this is insane, and then it drops off a cliff, I think we're going to be pretty good for January. While if it's just sort of barely picking up, we're going to have more jobs in February, but not as much as people would hope. So that is my view on what it's going to be. And I've also been looking at LinkedIn, and recruiters are getting hired more. They are starting to work with more recruiters and hire more recruiters, and you do that if you're going to hire. So yeah, no, I hope you can get something through February as well, because like if you don't get something by late October, honestly, sometimes it's even before late October, you're probably not going to get anything until February. It's just it's how the market is and how companies act is that hiring almost completely shuts down from November, December, and mid January. Just a year over year in most industries. I'm not sure of an industry that isn't that. Maybe something that is specifically seasonal, but even then, I'm assuming they would have had their hires done before then. So, uh, looking at things outside my career path vetting, yeah, that is something. Hey, live and let live. How you doing? Still trugging along, trying to get you stuff, but not a lot of people are acting on third-party recruiters yet. So, I had a couple of meetings yesterday, but so far they haven't panned out. So, which honestly is sort of the saying is like no news is just I haven't done anything with it yet. So I'm trying some other stuff more this week and next week. But even from my other recruiting friends, it's been pretty rough. Like they're hiring mostly more internal, so external is tough to get. So um, see. How do you see if you ever okay? That is too personal for that. But yeah, it really does seem like things are slowly picking up. It's just unfortunately companies work in 3 month cycles, and honestly, I think they really kind of work in 6 month cycles because you'll get like, where's my little thing? I want my drawing pad. I like my little drawing pad. Where's the Google Drawing thing? Let me get that up real quick. Google Drawing. Give me the thing. All right, how do I do this? Where's my thing? Is this it? Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying with a transfer pivot or divvying an ish. Okay, well, let me know. And I'll keep chugging along trying to get you stuff. So the reason companies have delays is how they have problems, right? Companies hire people to solve a problem. There is no point in hiring somebody if they're not fixing a problem. Now, mostly that problem is the company isn't making enough money, or the company isn't making enough money efficiently, but it is based of a problem. And companies are slow to turn on that, especially bigger corporations, for the reason that I'm going to show. Where's my little thingy? Haha. So you have, see, can we see this? Yeah. Person at the, I have a fifth round interview next week. Internal candidate hires the most annoying company excuse. Yeah, I hated, so I was at a company where we did a lot of those, and I really hated those because you had to still post the job and people would obviously get upset, and there was no way for me to let them know, hey, this is specifically for external, but the managers won't see anybody else because obviously it's really more of a contract change. So it's really frustrating that those are there. And I did ask if we could change it. And unfortunately, we couldn't at some of the companies I've been at, which really, really sucks because, like, those positions shouldn't even been posted externally. It should have been only internal. But laws are weird. So, and I don't have the power to really fix that, unfortunately. So, all right, there's person A. So this is the person at the very bottom of the company. They're having a problem. They're like, oh God, it's a company that peels potatoes and my peeling is slow. So what they do is they message their manager, and their manager is like, okay, hold on, try a couple of things to fix it. And they're like, okay, I do. Nothing works. So they're like, okay, this is actually a problem. But that manager is a middle manager and they don't have access to direct budgets. So then they have to petition to their boss and say, hey, my people down below are having a lot of issues. We need to put some money into it, or we need to hire some people to fix it. So then that person has to then go to their boss and say, hey, we're having a problem here. We need to fix it. This is not just a single person. All my downstreams are having the same issue. So they'll be over here. They're like, oh, okay, so all the downstreams are having the same issue. And then they'll throw money at it. And thus you get more hires. The problem with this is that it takes this person about a month to identify the problem. It takes this person then 2 weeks to message their manager to actually convince them it's a problem. This person takes 3 weeks to convince their manager. This person then takes another 3 to 4 weeks to convince them, and then it takes them a month to get the budget from there. So companies are usually going to be on a 3-month cycle. And right now, I think a lot of companies are having problems at this stage, right down here. We're actually having a problem, and it's starting to get reported to there. So they're hiring more people, but we're going to see a lot more people down here having problems. It's just, again, this takes... I don't know how to flip this, actually. I want to flip this, but I don't actually know how. It takes a long time for those to basically go back up and get an answer for it. Yeah, and if you've been in corporate, you understand. Smaller companies are doing it faster. That's just the benefit of being a smaller company. But this is a company in corporate structure. And even if your boss is very good, it will take time to get that budget, because not only do they have to convince this person who has to convince this person, or they already have it, they then also potentially have to convince this person over here and this person over here, and those people are also vying for budget. So right now in the corporate world, we are at, actually, I think we're probably about this stage right here where these people are starting to have it. So they've been able to get some more budget, because there are more recruiters. So they're starting to be like, hey, we need more people. And it'll take them about 2 to 3 months, which actually, okay, let me rephrase this because I don't want to mess up this thing. There have been more hires recently. The reason for that is I think these people were having problems in January, which means about now they finally got some money for the solution. Unfortunately, just because they have the money for the solution, they still then have to hire those people for that solution, which is going to take another couple of months. So some of these companies are now having the budget from here, but also a lot of them are probably at this stage right now where they're still fighting to get the budget. And most of that budget that these people get approved from, that goes all the way down, happens every business quarter. Companies basically get a bunch of the people at the top and they go, hey, we made X amount here, Y amount here. We're going to then allocate that money back into the business. A lot to the shareholders, but some still needs to go to the business. And then those people just deposit it all the way down here. But that doesn't happen until every 3rd month-ish. Most companies are in a 3-month business cycle. And those cycles are typically the end of the year. It's the 3rd month, 6th month, 9th month, and 12th month, which is also where you start seeing why companies start hiring during those times, is they just got the budget for it. And then they have to make room in their team. They have to confirm the team that that's what they need. They have to confirm the problem is still there. And some companies right now are here where they actually got the budget and they did it fast. And it looks like a lot of smaller companies are doing that already, which is what I've been seeing. But now the bigger ones are starting to be like, okay, cool. we now have to do this. And all those thousands of people we laid off, well, now we're having problems and we need to hire people back. And that is just the corporate cycle. So let me know if that made sense or you need clarification. I am sure a business major could probably explain that better, but that is it. And while they're doing this internally in 3-month cycle, 300,000 new people get laid off or now in the applicant pool. Yeah, correct. That is perfectly correct. So companies are typically months behind the actual problem. So it sucks. But smaller companies are faster. I don't want to say agile because agile is technically a specific type of thing that sort of goes against this, which is good because that's what it's to prevent. But and knowing a bit how the sausage is made, so to speak, yeah, no worries. I mean, it's a very truncated version. I want to be clear. There's a lot more that goes into that, but that's basically how people get jobs. Is a manager has a problem and they convince the 3 people above them that they have a problem. Those people say, you know what? That is an actual problem to our business. Here's a fat stack of cash. Fix the problem with new people. You get a new job. And the 2 types of jobs are, does it generate money or does it stop us losing money? And typically companies throw more money at the generating money rather than the more efficient at making or stopping loss money, which is called a loss. I forgot the name for it. There's an actual word for this that I'm blanking of. But yeah, that's basic, very, very basic. So, let us know. Well, you know what? Describe some of the things that you can. I don't want you to get in trouble for, doxing that, but if you can describe some stuff in it, stop loss. Thank you. Let me know, but that's essentially the version of what it is. I'd like to. It's nice to be confirmed. So, like being short on managers is taking a long time to hire new ones. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the problem. Is because they have to show those people that it's an actual problem. And if it's not a problem, if it's just upsetting to the person, but it's not causing a loss of money or a potential loss of money in the future, then they won't hire. So, let's see. Please, we get upset that being forced to actually going to work harder. People don't usually work harder when they go back to the office. I just got declined from the job. Oh, dang it. Did they give you a reason or was it generic? But you still have other irons in the fire, right? Which also, remember, before you weren't getting a lot of interviews. Now it seems like you're getting more interviews. So you are getting more, and that is the part. Hiring manager is slower than hiring an individual contributor. Yeah, because the process is fuzzier. Because the person that was gone was the person that was going to identify the problem. Yeah, that stinks. But honestly, it doesn't shock me that much, Brad, is we don't usually give reasons people get rejected anymore. I don't think I've ever been able to give a reason a person got rejected that would have been able to help them. And because it's usually just simply put, after double checking it, the skills aren't quite what they needed. Regular dude, hey, all right, let me do your resume. While I am still awake. Okay, so you did 100 applications a week and you've gotten about 2 interviews a month. So does it seem like for every 50 interviews 50 applications you send, you're getting about an interview? Because that's actually not terrible. I want to let you know if that is the case. I haven't looked at your resume yet. I'm going to in a second, but oh my god, okay, I need to. Let's get rid of like half of this. So much here. All right. There we go. All right. Public accounting positions. Hey, my name resume. All right. There's one more person before you. Oh, okay. So you did 20 to 25 a week. I mean, honestly, I will tell you right now, 25 applications to an interview is a solid ratio. If that is actually the ratio that you are getting, I kind of don't want to tweak it because it's kind of good. That's actually really good. Honestly, you're really looking for anything below 75, depending on the market, obviously, but 25 applications to an interview is solid. Assuming I'm understanding that. I know there's a lag back and forth, and I got like zero sleep, so I have to be a little kind. Get around 5 recruiter calls a week, but I just started looking last week. Yeah, I mean, real talk, I don't know what I can do to your resume if that's the case. That's honestly really solid. Um, like if anything, I want to represent you. I haven't even looked at the resume yet. Like it's I don't want to break that. It seems like that is sufficient. I will look at it because content, but um, yeah, okay. So I was getting one screening per about 8 submits. That's still pretty good. So I was going to say, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I do know that. I didn't know the ratio was that much. I mean, really, I would like to represent you as well. Because I know accounting, especially in LA, is making bank. So uh I got like 3 people I'm trying to represent right now. So 2 engineers and possibly you. Uh so all right, you are looking for all right, so auditor, um, I think we did that. It was gap principles, but let me just do a very quick Boolean because financial analyst. I forgot my quotation. That matters. Or internal auditor, or accountant, or looks solid enough. And we're going to go with senior or lead or manager. Why not? Okay, financial analyst or internal auditor, account assurance, and senior lead or I forgot the thing. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that is about what I said. Again, I have no object permanence. If something is not in front of me, it is gone. It does not exist. The chat is gone. I do not know where you all went. So I like if I see a little child, I'm like, aha, where did I go? And then I get genuinely concerned because I'm not sure where I went. Let's see. Okay, there was a space there. I hope that didn't break anything. All right. So it did look like that. It does gap principles if we're running gap in Excel. Yep, gap topics. This is revenue reduction, value materially in the matching principle while balancing multiple tasks. Streamlining communications of engagement status to senior management and clients, meeting deadlines, and yeah, that's yeah. I don't know what else. That's a really good one. I don't know. You know what? Dynamic is a buzzword that doesn't mean anything, but I think that might be a buzzword that people would like. So, patient of engagement status. I don't know if you need communication of engagement status. I think you could just say streamlining communication to senior management and clients. But again, I don't. Okay. See, I don't remember anything unless it's right in front of me. I didn't remember what I did and didn't do, but yeah, it's still pretty solid that. And I'm glad I could help. Really, I really would like to represent you to see if I can't get you some jobs as well. I don't know if I'll succeed, but like, you know, you live and let live, and another person I'd like to. Uh, just because the market's potentially good for y'all enough. So, although realistically, I don't know if they're really going to hire a lot of external recruiters until like December or September, where then it's going to put on hiatus. But anyway, executed planning and risks analysis to identify significant accounts and inherent threats, incorporating flux analysis of financial statements to deliver insightful quarter-to-quarter and year-over-year changes. I don't dislike it, but I feel like it's missing some keywords. in addition, like it's a little flowery for my taste personally. Um, like here, let me see what I can do with this. So I would say planned. No, I want to do executed because executed planning and risk analysis to identify uh, hmm, significant counts and inherent threats. Let's do this. Threats by. This is where you throw in a keyword such as whatever we said, which I just need to put back up here. Oh my gosh, computer, please. Okay, gap principles. I don't want to do that. Confirming debts, revenue testing. Basically, this is where we can put in another skill. I'm not sure which one it would be because this is more technical than I know. Flux capacitor fluxing. Yeah, basically. Which again, if someone is actually looking for flux, then that is a good keyword. I don't know. Let's look for flux in general. You know what? There is an account that is specifically has flux in it. Uh, but that is it. So we might want to use a different. It's not terrible. I just think you need another thing in there as well because it's not common. Because it really in LA County, and I think you were in Orange. Uh, there's only one that says flux. So I did some flux in senior analyst position. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if it was there, then yeah, put it in. I'm only seeing it in two on here. I don't think you should remove it. I think you should add something else and make it with two skills. So executed planning and risk management accounts uh, by incorporating flux. What was the other one? Data analysis. Flux analysis and X to deliver uh, of financial statements. Flux analysis of financial statements, and X to deliver insightful quarter to quarter changes. I think that's okay. I just think you may want to add one. But again, if you're submitting 25 and you get an interview, I don't even want to tweet some of that because I don't want to break it. It's managed full cycle of 404 assessments. Walk through again. I'm not seeing the keywords here. Let me see if SOX 404. It's been a very long time since I did counting. I think I did it for Caterpillar back in the day. You know what? That's good. It is there in a lot of it. So, yep, SOX. So yeah, that is correct. Establish control narratives, develop substantive procedures, and crafted a consolidated. Man, accounting words are tough. Trial balance from convoluted data sets, laying the foundation for the successful finalization of an IPO audit. I actually like that one. Because it has what you need: optimized offshore resource use for routine processes, enabling domestic to have complex work. Not a huge. I think offshore resource is good. So I think honestly, it's more the orderist stuff. Um, I don't think these are bad. I just think you may need to switch the order up a little bit, right? Like for this one, I know this is basic to you to do Excel, but you want more, right? Using tools such as Excel, I would say conducted fraud testing using tools such as Excel, uh, such as pivot tables and the lookups in Excel. You can add to that, and I think that one should be more towards the top. But otherwise, again, man, that's a solid resume. Other than that, it does look specifically for accounting, and I am sad that I am not going to get to personally place you. I mean, this is pretty good. Yeah, let's see. Active departing lines for multiple audits. You have audits, I remember that. Handled support requests, assured clear stakeholder collaboration. Yeah, ran walkthroughs and testings for SA1 type firm. Uh, I'm not I'm not sure what we can add to this. This is good. I really think you just need a little bit more in Excel, mainly because that's what they like. Um, but other than that, I don't want to change anything else. I think the order of it, I think you should have one of these up top, right there. And you keep the flux in, but move it maybe a little bit towards the bottom and put the IPO audit towards the top as well. Uh, SOX should probably be third. Excel should be second. Excuse me. And that's solid. Yeah, I think this is good. Other than that, I think the order is it. And again, if you're getting hit up that much, dude, that's solid. The top 15 firm has more details in the most recent roll, and that would make sense if it's a top 15 because they were there for 2 years while they were only here for about almost there for 2 years as well. Um, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's an equal number of bullets. Uh, let's see. I think you may want to add a tool section down here. That would probably help as well. Just let me pull up what it's going to look like. And I just lost all my energy while saying that. So, whew, brain. I mean, the line's okay. I'm not a huge, like, it doesn't matter if it's enough lines. That's fine. They'll probably see a bunch here and then skip down to here. And if it is a top 15 and top 4 accounting firm, that's good. So, where's my resume template? Okay. Yeah, the thing I think you should add is something like this at the bottom of each of them. That would help. The cat sitting biz could be made more of a brag. Yeah, maybe, but it's brags are important, but showcasing you've used the skills is more important. And tools used, I would just put this stuff up, right? Underneath the bullets of each job, just put that. If it goes a little bit into the 2 pages, that's okay. Provided shelter care and socialization for cats, newborns. It's really nice. I think that's good. Judaism, judge student applications for selection by the board. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to change too much. I think really it's just the order. Maybe a little skill section down here, below that, and then below this as well. But other than that, it's a solid resume, and I don't want to mess with it. I want to. Your resume so far, even with the small changes, has enough for me to want to like show you to people to try to get you a pay upgrade. So I wish I could offer you more, but like honestly, you're doing it well. So you're in a hot market and you will probably find something pretty well and good. My only suggestion would be just the general flow of the market is these will probably dry up in November, December, and then come back with a force in February. So just if you're still on the market there because you're going to be picky, which I assume you are going to be because you've got everybody hitting you up. I'm not saying to not delay for the perfect one. I'm just saying that if you're able to wait, if you don't find anything, you're probably not going to get it in November, December. So, I don't think it matters that it's 2 lines, but like it's a 1-page resume, but also you've been doing this for 7 years. It doesn't. The important is the salient. The importance of a 1-page is only because it gets the good stuff up top. I think you've already got that. It doesn't matter if you add a line or two. I don't think this can be a page and a half. The fact that every resume needs to be a single page is false. If you have 2 years of experience, yes, it should probably be a single page. All right, yeah, I'm not counting that. You're right. That is fair. I don't know if you should take anything out, truthfully. If it just pushes your volunteer experience down, I think that's okay. So, but again, you are doing very well in your resume, and we're gonna get an ad real quick. Sorry, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to change something that isn't broken. So, because that is not everything needs to be changed. Not every resume is bad. This could do a little bit of a tweaks, but overall good. So, overall solid resume. Just in general. So, all right. Norman, she was in Lexington. She thought it'd be easy to find a job. So, as a recruiter, she is going to run into a few problems. All right. Let's see. Yeah, but like, I think this is, for real, if you are okay with it, I would like to represent you and find you a position. If not, that is okay. I won't push anymore, but I did want to put it out there. All right. Cool. And I did just send you a message, regular dude. But regardless of whether or not, you're going to be fine. You don't need me. I think I need you in this case. So, yeah, you're going to be pretty fine. I can tell with that stuff, that resume, even the small tweaks, you're going to find something really solid. So, anyway, while we were doing this, there is a person who is 19 years old, moved to Lexington, Kentucky, and hasn't gotten any hits. But yeah, there's a. I am here to break some stuff. So one, being the bearer of bad news, I think, is a job a recruiter needs to do. So, remote jobs are in extreme demand. So, everyone wants them, and it's very difficult to get one nowadays. So, there we go. All right, for one nowadays. Hundreds of resumes isn't enough. On average, for a normal role, you will need about 75 applications to get a single interview. Anything below that is good. Hence, regular dude's 25 to 1 is very good. If she is applying to work from home jobs, that number is going to increase dramatically. I am a recruiter, and I can tell you why she is having some trouble. There we go. That's clear. All right. So does anybody else need their resume done? I would be glad to do that. Rain not work. At least going an hour. That is my goal, to at least go for an hour today, because I hope I get some sleep tonight. So, Abilene. How do you average 20 to 25 applications per week? You should be doing. Oh, right. My name. You were next. Sorry. Let me get that in a second after this. You need about 75 a week. You also should not be customizing your resume for every job. You need to customize it for every job family, which is going to be very different. An example of that is an accountant, which we just did. a resume for an accountant, for an auditor, and for a financial analyst with accounting training is going to be largely the same skills. I'd say 75% of the same skills. Or alternatively, a barista, a food server, and a waiter are probably also going to have the same skills. If you spend time trying to customize your resume for every single job, you will fail. Unless you're in a very, very niche or you're an actuary, because if you're an actuary, you can do whatever you want. So you need to customize it per job family. Now, let me look at yours real quick. Where brain? Woo! Dyslexia kicked in real hard. All right, here it is. Let me see. All right. Marketing B2B global marketing lead. So right now I'm having a thing is you are a global marketing lead and a project manager and a program consultant. I would probably split those into a management one and a marketing one. So you can use the same resume to apply for each project management or program manager while splitting the marketing one. So that would be the recommendation. I LinkedIn to find jobs because they're easy to apply. There's a properly profile. Yeah, I applied to one job on Glassdoor. Yeah, if you want to use LinkedIn and Indeed primarily and Glassdoor, you actually don't want to just use Easy Apply, quite frankly, unless you're in very high demand, which Regular Dude is, admittedly, they are in very high demand. So they can do that, and they will probably just get, whoa, yeah. But for the rest of us, you can use Easy Apply, but you shouldn't only use Easy Apply. So, in addition to cover letters, largely not read, I think you should have one as a backup in case a company requires you before you submit it, but most recruiters do not need it. So, are those three the best? LinkedIn and Glassdoor? It's going to depend, as is every question I have to answer is it's going to depend, but what types of jobs you're looking for. Typically for like more jobs above 70, 80K, probably going to be with LinkedIn. Jobs like more, like nursing or construction, you're probably going to want to do it Indeed. Typically, but most companies, they buy a package that allows them to essentially output their job to a bunch of other sites. So you may even see the same job posted on a bunch of different sites, which is fine. It all goes back to the same place. Truthfully, you should find where more of your jobs are located and then use that job site because it is going to depend on the industry. As a marketing one, probably going to be LinkedIn, and I think Indeed as well. Those are usually going to be the main ones. Truthfully, it's LinkedIn, Indeed, and everything else is kind of secondary, but sometimes some companies don't have the actual push out to those sites, and they will only use Glassdoor or Monster.com or ZipRecruiter. Doesn't matter. So if you apply here, I'll show you. This has been up for 3 weeks. Let's say I click apply, right? It goes to here, which you fill this out. This is going to be this is going to go to the company's ATS. So it doesn't really matter. It's going to take you to the same place. Some of the weirder job boards don't. They go to the recruiter's email rather than the recruiter's ATS. But most of the main ones, when you click apply and you'll see this, you're not on Indeed anymore. You're on the company's ATS. We're about to go to the company's ATS when you do this. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about that. If you apply here, it goes to it, right? You apply here, it's going to go to whatever this company's ATS is, which is, brain is not working what this is, but it'll tell you when you click it, right? It's going to be, okay, whatever. I'm not going to enter my email for that, but you get the point with that at least. So it doesn't matter where you apply, it's going to go to the company site anyway. So what an ATS is it actually aggregates it from these places. So you apply here and then it puts it into a little thing for a recruiter to view. So yeah, I know people freak out about like, should I do it here? Should I do there? It doesn't usually matter. I do know a couple of some weirder sites did actually go to my email instead of the ATS, but those were more for highly niche positions, such as the oleonucleotide scientist. I just love saying oleonucleotide scientist. I worked on some other scientists, but that name, it took me so long to learn how to say oleonucleotide. All right. It took me like 2 months of the manager helping me learn how to say the word oleonucleotide scientist. So I'm damn well going to be saying that word. It's a cool word. I like oleonucleotide. And I kind of understood what it was in a very childlike way. Let's see. Sort of home physician, call center. Yeah, I mean it's without seeing her resume, unless that's it. No. We don't know how good it actually is at communicating what she wants, what employers want. Employers want. In addition, what types of jobs are she applying? Is she applying to, as your resume needs to be tweaked per job family, not per job. Excuse me. All right. That one is done. So I'm going to go to your resume. My resume. My brain just shut down. Okay, give me a second. I hope I can get sleep tonight. Ugh. All right. Just broke on camera for people. All right. Let me move this. Can I please not break that? Where did it go? All right. Let's do this. Go back here. My name, marketing. Let me do yours real quick. Currently reviewing. What do you mean could not execute the act? No. Computer. I copy. And then I post. There we go. Making a copy. Good. My name. Resume. Alright. And let me get this over here. So, I think that's done. Regular Dude did it. Did Last Really Jake. And here's that one. And I think we did Rubber Ducks last time. Alright, now I can actually see the things. So, let me just make sure you didn't dox yourself. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we're going on your resume. So, I'm not a fan of this style already. But we can change that. What am I doing? Right here. All right. Chicago land. I used to actually live in Chicago. Well, I lived in north of Chicago slightly. So, I did that for about 3 years, give or take. Yeah, my brain is like trying to remember how long I was lived there, but it was about 3 years ish. So I like Chicago. I am a fan of Chicago dogs. I never understood as a transplant why everybody called it Chicagoland. That one confused me, but it was a nice place to live. So there we go. Project managers and project managers. So I will be honest. If you're primarily applying to specifically manager positions, correct? Not the marketing, because I think those are going to be very different resumes, and I want to make sure that we get it right. So, but I believe you're looking primarily for marketing. Which is what I'm going to be going with the assumption for. So, okay, manager positions and marketing specifically. So, project manager, senior project manager. I actually think this is a pretty solid start for the Boolean already. There's not anything that looks like this is going to be crazy. Or ooh, need an automatic Boolean maker. That's what I need. Or senior, yeah, that's fair. Senior marketing operations manager. Let's just hit with operations manager instead of senior marketing operations manager, because that might be slight. I don't know how many of them are going to be called senior. They may just be called operations. So, yep. Marketing with PM. Okay, that is what I expected. So some ops leads to tech. Okay, well, let's see what we get. You are in the Chicago area. By the way, you've had Grater's ice cream, right? Because that is like my favorite ice cream place, and nobody in Cali knows what it is. And I'm forever upset that I do not live near Grater's. It is my favorite ice cream place. I love it so much. And my friends are sick of me extolling its virtues. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. Grater's ice cream is the best. Chocolate chips this big. Oh, best dang ice cream. So Chicago's traffic is pretty bad. So I'm going to move this to about 10 miles ish. Probably realistically, we may even need to go lower. There's a Grater's in Wilmette. Wilmette, I'm blanking on Wilmette in Illinois. That is that where I went? I went to the one near Northbrook. Was that where it was? I liked Chicago. None of the people I care about live there, so I moved back to Illinois. I moved to back to Los Angeles. So yeah, okay. I think that was the one I went to. Like it's in like that little outdoor shopping center. It's kind of quaint. By a little park. That's the one I remember. So all right. Regardless, let's get to. Yep. Yeah. Great place. I really like that. I also Wilmette. Okay, that's what it was called. I also really liked the weather. I was the only one that loved the weather in Chicago. I'm a cold-blooded person. So, all right. So, let's look at what these are. If anything, this is a very big, broad search. So let's do 5 miles too short. It's too much. Okay. It's 80 degrees today. How much is it in California? Let's see. Los Angeles weather. It is 66 right now. Global warming is weird. All right. Let's see. Senior. There's so many of these. It actually might be too many to look for, but let's break this down more because this is actually too broad. 855 is a lot. So let's do marketing. Let's see if that works. Hopefully that'll reduce it, but if not, then we have a solid one. 19, too reduced. Okay, so too much. Let's just do what we have. So anyway, this is a Boolean. If you want to change it a little bit, you can. Maybe from some of your skills that we can find. But let's get rid of that one. So, okay. All right, there's a lot here. Let's actually apply a filter. I don't like 871 results. I feel like we're gonna get. Can I exit out of talent IFAO? It's like a third party. Let's see location, industry. There we go. Can we get a good one? No. All right. All right. We're gonna do what we can. So is that working with the types of positions that you'd like? I hope that is close to it. because we're about to go in and dig with these, and if these skills are not right, then they're going to mess with the rest of the resume. Oh. So, senior project manager. All right. Qualifications. Probably. I've been looking into healthcare and other. Okay. But I guess would any of these jobs work when the vast majority of the ones on this Boolean work? Uh, I hope it does. So I guess we could do it by industry such as that. So let's try and fix that. So we're gonna do and marketing or SaaS or you said healthcare. Uh, let's see, healthcare. Let's try that. So this will hopefully get you a manager in position in one of these. And 39 too low, but whatever, we can add some stuff. Let's do 10 miles then. Life sciences and pharma. Okay, cool. There we go. Or farm or life science. Why not science? All right, let's try that one. Because ideally, you want about 100. That's ideal in the past week. Like 100, because that should be more than you're going to be able to apply for. All right, this is on. We can add a couple of others, but let's just use this as a base. So, Razorfish Health. That is a cool looking logo from this thing. Okay, so I'm going to do on another page real quick because I keep forgetting to get my other thing on. I cannot see the chat. Let's do this, I say. So we are going to look for previous PM experience, which is to be expected if you're applying for a senior role. So previous PM in industry, which is what they're looking for. Bachelor's degree in marketing, solid issues. So resolve issues, manage risk, plans, multidisciplinary, clients, vendors, stakeholders. Everybody likes stakeholders. All right, let's look at this one. Oh my god, this is PMP. Yeah, I forgot about the PMP. That should be needed. So it's manager training in healthcare, so it's going to be in the field specifically. All right, preferred qualification management, PM, management, healthcare, and interest. Same one. Okay, whatever. Let's do this one. The LaSalle Network. Senior marketing manager. Right. So industry. We're going to have something like SaaS, B2B. Right, CRM. Those are going to be the ones. I forgot about it. Multiple priorities and multiple priorities. All right, let's try it. This one. Requirements. Dynamic matrix. Okay. These are not good bullets. These I do not like. These are okay. Rounding, measurement, communication, motivation, benefits. Cool. You EPAM systems need a better job description. I am calling you out right now. So, idea generation, analytical, problem solving. That's what I expected. Multiple projects, multiple priorities and projects. All right, and organizational order here, management plans, multidisciplinary. Good speaking ability. Okay. All right. I think I got a good enough one. So, in short, they are going to require you to be a project manager in a specific industry. This is just going to be industry specific. So, PM in industry specific right here. A lot of them. Oh, dog is borfing. Or like tools such as B2B, SaaS or something. Then they want to see that you have resolved issues, that you have managed people, that you have made plans, creatively if possible. Everybody likes to say creative plans until they hear them, and then they see them work, and they're like, that's good. Multidisciplinary with a good speaking ability. They want to see that you have spoken with people, you are a people person, and you can manage people. In addition, they need to say that not just manage the employees, they need to see clients, vendors, stakeholders. They do want your PMP degree, PMP and degree. And this is going to be, some of the tools is going to be B2B or CRM. They want to know multiple priorities or projects. So saying that, let's see how many of these that you meet. So, I think I chipped my tooth, actually. All right, so I'm not a fan of this format, but regardless, I'm going to move it to a worse format real quick, just so I can quickly parse through it. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to be looking for is industry specific. Now, not marketing specific. I want to see like healthcare or technology or pharma. So, marketing during growth and vision, 10 years of leading cross-functional global teams. I like this. I don't like the whole sentence. Deploy product channels, distributions. Okay, cool, whatever. That's not going to help. Marketing plans and business strategy. We need to see how. Recently, cross-functional. I don't think you need this summary at all. Nope, what did I drop? Okay. Agile. Okay, cool. You have PMP, and then what is your education? Business administration, pending paperwork. What? You have. Okay, so normally with someone with your level of skills, you don't actually want the education, but a lot of these actually do look like they want the education. So putting the fact that you graduated as business administration is probably going to be closer to the top. And what I would do is, instead of this summary, I'd have your education up top in a different format, which I will show you in a bit. Education, and then we're going to be master's if you've graduated. If not, then we're just going to put bachelor's. And you can say that you're in progress for your master's. But above the bachelor's, more importantly, I would put your PMP certificate. So it's going to be education and why can I never find the @ symbol? What is education and certificates, and your PMP should actually be first. So because that a lot of them want. So it's going to be your PMP first, then it would be your bachelor's, and then if you are graduating or have graduated, put the master's. Otherwise, put the bachelor's, and you can make master's in progress. This should be no longer than 3 lines. I don't want to see this longer than 3 lines. All right. So then this is a bunch of keywords, but I don't see them here. The next one is, let me look at this because I'm reading it back and forth. Again, this is a bad format. Don't use this format. This is just for me to copy paste stuff. I will show you the other format. It's going to look probably something like this as I'm jumping around left and right. So manage and execute. First off, everything should be past tense. It should be managed and executed. Complex projects and traders to the cause. Complex projects and program implementations of 200 annual projects and 2 key healthcare campaigns driving go-to market strategies for new client engagement. Actually kind of like, yes, even if you're still in the role. Everything should be past tense. You can still put present and current here. I want to be clear, but don't. Everything should be past tense. Managed project and project 2 key healthcare projects. Was this the only thing you did? I want to be, which admittedly that's a lot, but is that the only thing that you've done? I'm going to assume it. So, these are the key areas. Okay, so I actually don't think this is a bad summary sentence. I think what makes it bad is you have to get through a lot of stuff to get there. So, what we're looking for, remember, is industry specific stuff, such as B2B SaaS or healthcare, which it is there, manage issues and creative plans, clients, vendors, stakeholders. So, I didn't actually copy paste it. I would change this to be a better summary of what you did. We are going to make it in past tense. No, we have an ad break in 5 minutes, whatever. So, managed complex projects. See, I don't even like complex because, like, how do we know they're complex? What makes them complex? I don't know. But what we can say, uh, managed the implementation of 200 plus annual projects and 2 key healthcare campaigns. Did you do more healthcare campaigns? If so, we don't need to put 2. We can just say projects and healthcare campaigns that were critical to our company or whatever. So manage the implementation of 200 annual projects and 2 key healthcare campaigns. Maybe we just put and healthcare campaigns. And then I want to do instead of that, those were the only ones in my vertical. Okay, that's fine. I don't want you to lie. Do not lie. I'm just not. I don't have the technical knowledge to know exactly what you do. I just know how to dumb it down for people like me. So I am going to get raged on by so many recruiters, which isn't the case. I've met very smart people and recruiters, a lot that are smarter than me. But all right, well, whatever. I know how people perceive us. So, and I also know what it's like to have 75 requisitions active at the same time when half of them are in different areas and you don't have the time to dig deep into stuff. So, manage the implementation of 200 plus healthcare plans. So I want to see a little bit more about how you do this. I like healthcare campaigns because specifically healthcare is something that they're looking for. In a lot of those, that is, if we go back here, that is industry specific that they want. So healthcare campaigns, by using, and then I want to say by resolving, say, whatever issues or whatever. Like, I don't know what you would count this, but we do need something. This is where we can put in some of these keywords, right? By something issues, communicating goals and communicating and delivering deadlines. That one doesn't make sense. I don't like that. So by how did you do this, right? This is the part where I don't know, and I need some of this. And while we're in the commercial break, I want to know a little bit more because, like, manage the implementation of 200 project health campaigns. How did you do that? Milestones, okay. What are those? I don't know what milestones are. I mean, I technically do, but I'm doing this to make a point. So, milestones is too technical. Deadlines is not. On schedule is not. Okay, co-developing detailed project plans, still kind of technical. Your summary needs to be basic. The rest of your bullets can, in fact, be technical. That is okay. But your summary needs to be basic. I want a recruiter to look at this. Sorry, to look at this and know exactly what you did and why you're a fit through the first sentence, not through brags, not through showing how you're the craziest, coolest person, but by just understanding the basics of your job. So I don't want to use milestones. I want to use deadlines. I want to use on schedule. So I do like 200 annual projects, and I do like healthcare because healthcare is something they're looking for. But I need this to be basic, right? I need to know specifically how this tied into the healthcare industry, or how you managed risks, or multidisciplinary, how you spoke, how you dealt with clients, vendors, stakeholders, how you used the PMP degree. Was it B2B, multiple priorities and projects? In fact, manage the implementation of multiple projects and healthcare campaigns right there, by managing multiple priorities. Actually, hold on. I like the original one first, but I think I'm going to add that later. So there we go. By managing multiple priorities, deadlines, and communication with vendors and stakeholders, clients, or whatever. So when we come back, let's talk about that. I don't want to get cut off. I hate when I get cut off because I forget what I was speaking about. So, let's see. So I've been maxed out twice in 2 hours the past year from internal recruiters, so it's higher than the range they worked with. The truth is that I left industry teacher making a high salary and then came back and desperately needed a job. It's paying me. I'm bilingual outside sales industries where there aren't candidates for my language. See more, but they don't have experience or training, so I'm still ahead of that. Also, my particular part of the industry is brutal, so it's hybrid LMG. Still already good. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The overall industry is pretty tough. Well, like, if there's anything I can respond to that, that's kind of just a statement. So, did I get a text? No, I did not. Let's. There we go. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let's see this. Hang on, how many bytes for data analytics? Uh, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I want to answer that, but that's too much right now. I can do everything for what is your occupation? Did they change that guy? Yeah, I remember the old ones. Huh. It changed the man. Do you control the urge to buy a car just for the heck of it? Who does that? I've never had the urge to buy a car. Okay, sorry, back. All right, so I want to manage the implementation of 200 annual projects and healthcare campaigns by managing multiple priorities and deadlines, communicating with vendors, stakeholders, and clients, and maybe anything else, but that's pretty solid, right? That is a good one. It shows that is how you managed it. What did you do? You spoke with clients, you spoke with vendors, you managed deadlines and multiple priorities, managing multiple priorities with different deadlines, right? And communicating with vendors and stakeholders, communicating with clients and vendors. They actually didn't say stakeholders, but we can put that in later or whatever. Vendors and something else maybe. So that is what I want your first bullet point to be. It is a summary. Your first, my own hair got caught in my mouth. Your own summary. Your first summary needs to be a basic one. All right. Pretend we're not the smartest. A lot of us are actually very smart, and it's a master of paperwork, but it does mean individual recs can get left behind sometimes because they are internal recruiters are volume based, not quality based. Typically, managers will like to say they are both, but you typically get to do one or the other in recruiting. even with the best managers. There's just not enough time in the day. And if there is enough time in the day, your recruiting team is probably going to get laid off. So, yes, the first bullet under each position, all right? So this is, here, I'm going to show you the actual template real quick. So, this is the template I want you to use. Your first and last name, your phone number, your email, your LinkedIn or portfolio or whatever. This is going to depend on what it is. Then your citizenship status, city and state. Then I want you to do your education. I don't want it to be longer than 3 lines, but I do want you to put your PMP certificate. So it's going to be education and certificates. And then I want the PMP one to be first. Okay? PMP should be the first one. That is pretty big in a lot of those circles, and they want to make sure that you have it. So I do not know what y'all do to get that, but everybody wants it. Nope. Too much bullets. All right. No, computer, stop, please. Okay, cool. Thanks, computer. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? Whatever, I can fix it later. This should be in a bullet point. So maybe down here and it'll fix it. Okay, yeah, that works. There we go. So, also this should be way left. I am, nope. Okay, there we go. But I'm so tired. I forgot what I was going to be. Is that the left centered? It is already left centered. It is the decreasing the indent. That is the one I want. No, I want to decrease it more. All right, well, it should be over here. I'm going to fix that in post. No, I'm going to fix it now. Don't be lazy. Left to right direction, right to left direction, show hide. Brain not working. None. Oh, yeah, none. Okay, well, it would be under layout. There it is. Okay, indent, specifically for this, would be right indent. No, left indent. What are they saying? Okay, well, I'll fix this later. I don't know why this is not working the way I want it to work, and I am way too tired to fix it. Okay, whatever. So, summary here, right? This is going to be your summary sentence. Then this is going to be your keyword / hero bullet, keyword / hero bullet, keyword / hero bullet. So I want your summary to be under each job, and your first bullet under each job is going to be your summary sentence. Okay? So this is going to be summary. That's your summary. Then it's going to be bullet, 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 bullet. And then for the rest of them, we can actually use the keys. Now, you seem like you have been in the business for a bit, and you're very good at your job. I can see sort of based on this, there's a lot of things that are very solid. And I'm about to tell you something that I do not want to hurt your feelings. There's no other way I can say it, is that the people reading your resume do not care about half of this stuff. The only thing they care about is this. If it is not a part of this, it doesn't usually matter. It doesn't matter how, if you save the company $1 bajillion, if you do not phrase it as creatively made an ad campaign that saved the company $2 billion, they're not going to know, right? Like, going back to this is ran client projects and managed global cross teams of 5 to 20, and this is actually good. This is actually a very solid one. I should have fully read that before. That's actually a good one. Also, do not do 2 sentences on the same bullet. You can have a very long sentence. You can have a very run-on sentence, but do not put 2. It looks weird on the formatting. So this needs to either be wrapped into this or in another line. But actually, that is a very good sentence. It needs to be past tense and it needs to be combined, but it's a very good one. But 1 to 2 increase in industry CTR through choose your journey automated email nurture campaigns. I don't know what those are. I don't know what CTR is. I'm assuming it's like click to something. And let's just look in Chicago how many places have CTR. 9. And these are in the oncology division. So no one is going to recognize what that is, or at least the recruiter's not. So click-through rate. Maybe that'll change. Nope, nothing. So we don't need that. Now that can be a brag as something else, such as, but no, people are not going to necessarily know what click-through rate is. Streamline project execution for collateral development, reducing timelines up to 7 days. I want more on this one. This one can be good, but it's not enough right now. Okay? This is going to be how you do a brag. 7 days means nothing in a vacuum. I don't know what 7 days means. All right? I want to say instead, so streamlined our collateral development, reducing our I mean, it doesn't matter because it's not, they don't ask for it, right? We want to use it something else. So it is impressive, but they're probably not going to notice that it's impressive. So for a marketing team who's using marketing jargon is not important. No, I want to be very specific. Your marketing jargon, marketing manager, needs to be here, right? This is a okay. Let me do marketing manager, right? The jargon is important. You're using the wrong jargon, is what I'm saying. The jargon is critically important. It's just you're using the incorrect one. So let me do project manager of marketing or whatever. Let's see if anything comes up here. Okay. Cool. That is there is senior manager of product marketing. Let's use this one. The qualifications, right? They want to see B2B. That is the jargon they want to use. They want to see strategic thinking and analytical skills into marketing strategies, which again, that may have been it, but it was too technical. This is the jargon you need to use. They want to see ability to collaborate with cross-functional teams, which you do actually have, so that's very good. With automation tools such as CRM, which is, I always forget the acronym for this, right? And other marketing technologies. Those are the jargons you need. I mean, it's impressive what you've done, but it's not the right jargon. Okay? That is what I'm trying to let you know, because you're a recruiter, right? You have 70 other positions, one of which is an oligonucleotide scientist. I will always bring it back to oligonucleotide scientist. An oligonucleotide scientist, 12 people in IT, a software manager, a marketing manager. You may not know what CRM is. You may be only looking for CRM, not CTR. They may not know standard operating procedures, SOP. I actually really like this because you then put it in the brackets. This is very good, and I like that. So what I want, okay, that's fine, marketing areas. So maybe you want 2 different resumes for each marketing one to be more specific, but the jargon is critically important. But remember, it's this jargon. If it's not in that jargon, it doesn't matter, right? They want to see Excel and SQL. They want to see quick learner. And you can say specifically, learned X amount quickly or something, right? You can be blunt. But yeah, this is selected for a 10-week, 5-person global leadership program. Again, this could be a brag, but we need more about it. Why were you selected, right? What you can do instead is, right, selected for a 10-week program, leadership program, technology program, which we can put in brackets, right? This. Nope. Brackets. Because my leadership skills saved us $1 billion by doing dances, right? I lost the track of that one, but I think you get the point of what I'm trying to make. The jargon is important. It's specific jargon. This stuff is important. And I don't see CRT. I don't see click-through rate. I see... if you wanted to do the click-through rate, which I don't think is a bad idea, we need to move it with this, right? So, right, like reducing by 70s by managing risks and, right, we could say streamlined our project execution for collateral development by using creative strategies such as X, which reduced our Y by 7 days, or which reduced our timelines by 7 days, which is cool. They may not know what the 7 days or how important that is, but they do know that you used it to a demonstrable result. So, that probably as much as I can get on that one. In addition, you do want to use a template like this. Make it basic, make it boring. This is going to be your summary right here. Then this one is going to be your summary right here. And then it's going to be a keyword or a brag, a keyword or a brag, a keyword or a brag. And at the very end, you cap it off with the tools you used. Still put those tools in the bullets, but sometimes if it's getting too long, you can put some in there. So, are there any questions for that? Which I think my brain is starting to fry. So if after this, I think I will be done. Okay, cool. Yeah, revise it. Use this basic format. I'm gonna have to next week probably get this thing actually up and running on my LinkedIn and link it so that people can download it. But yeah, cool. All right, come back anytime. You can come back on Tuesday after you revise it, and hopefully I've had some sleep, so I'm not out of it. Yeah. If you want, message me on LinkedIn and I can show you. But also, I'm gonna be uploading these over the weekend. The key way is that we don't really know how to write for a reader. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it. Is your reader is somebody that does not know the basic tenets of your job. I have recruited accountants, and I do not know what GAAP principles are. I have recruited oleonucleotide scientists. It took me like a week to understand what that meant. I have recruited data lake managers, and I don't know what a data lake is, but I actually found them when the manager passed over their resume because I knew how to look for them. Recruiters do not know your job. They know how to find people. And you need to make it easier for them because you may not have me as a recruiter, and I'm very good at digging that stat up. I'll just link it. It's linked, Corlets. I'm public now that I'm not using the avatar, so I'll just link it again. I'm gonna put that in my Twitch stuff, I think, after the stream, so I can just link my LinkedIn. Maybe over the weekend. I'm tired. I need to go take a nap. I'm copying the link address. There we go. Is that actually gonna work? I feel like that thing is too long. I'm gonna open this up in incognito to see if it actually works. Yeah, I think that one does. So, that should be it. Just remind me that you want a copy of the resume template one, and I can send it to you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it today because I need to go sleep. Thank you, Live and Let Live. I hope I do have a very long weekend. I'm actually going to be catching up and doing work this weekend. So, mainly sending you out to places and making LinkedIn posts. Well, putting places so I can send you out over the next week. I don't want to do it over the weekend. So, yeah, no worries. My resume. My name resume. Come back anytime. Tuesday, I'll review the resume again. If you have anybody that needs help or wants their resume reviewed, come back and bring them here. So I will. Thank you, everybody. Have a very good weekend, and I hope I get to sleep tonight. Regardless, may the offers be plentiful and the interviews a short distance away. Night, everybody.